Fanatic.com, brought to you by Big Dog Tech Solutions. Dr. Lance Forbes, Diamond Dental in Cedar Rapids. Streets Maintenance, remodeling, building, and plumbing. The Oxyoke Inn in the Amanas. Premier Automotive in North Liberty. Diamond Dreams Sports Academy. Harty and Stocker Jewelers, 101 South Dubuque Street, downtown Iowa City. The Midtown Family Restaurants. Suple's Flowers, home of 1-800-800-ROSE. GT Car and his crew at Suple's Building and Remodeling. Tavern Blue on the Coralville Strip. Mike's E-Keys for cars. Steve Anderson, Hawkeye Title and Settlement. And Patrick Eads and his staff at Deary Brothers Ford on Mormon Trek. Here's Tom Suter. And from HawkFanatic.com, Pat Harty.
Well, good morning, boys.
Good morning.
Boys. You like being called boys even though you're older than that?
Yeah.
Huh?
I
don't care?
Yeah.
Been called worse.
Yes.
Well, like what? Let's hear some.
Well, can we cuss?
No.
But I can't say it. Because there was usually an adjective in front of.
I want you to top this. I come out of our house yesterday. Jan had an appointment, so come out of the house, and there's a woman in our yard fixing to camp.
Fixing to camp.
Fixing to camp.
She's setting up camp.
Yeah. Getting ready. She's putting twigs on the ground over cardboard.
Why was she have mental? Was there something wrong with her?
I don't know.
You called the cops, I assume.
Yes.
I'm guessing there was probably some type of malfunction going on there.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want.
I mean, most homeless folks are.
I have no interest in topping that.
Yeah.
Most homeless folks are.
Oh yeah.
Compromised in some fashion.
Yes, I understand that, and I did feel kind of bad.
So what did you say? Hey, ma'am, you can't.
I went up to her and I said, "You can't stay here." And
what'd she say?
What if she said, "I'll give you $500 a month"?
No, I'm not.
Rent.
No. Yeah. Well, if she had $500 a month, she could stay somewhere else.
But you wouldn't have let her stay, set up a place in your backyard. Your backyard.
No, my backyard's fenced in.
Well, that'd be,
Be more privacy
better
for
for
her.
her.
Yeah, and I'd come out there, and the chipmunks said there'd just be skeletons left. No.
Well, you think she'd eat them?
Yes.
All right.
Well,
No, I'm not. No. I just thought, geez, this is just...
Yeah, I can't. I don't. That's never happened in my
It's
neighborhood.
like a neighborhood. It's not like, they've been setting up like in,
You're right by a busy
empty
street.
spaces.
Aren't you right by Highway 6 there?
Yeah.
and you're very close to where a lot of the homeless folks congregate, and where some of them live.
Product of your environment.
Well, we're not becoming another housing project for them.
Are you saying you're not going back? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm not going back.
All right. Okay.
You're not going back to the Hawks? Do you like that?
Yeah. And, honest to God, these people, we better win this game. That's on social media.
Well, who's saying that?
Doesn't he find some of the strangest stuff?
It's on Facebook.
I mean, there's what? Or if they don't, what's going to happen? There's not much of that, though. I'd say 99% of Iowa fans are realistic about this.
I would hope
agree.
so.
You found the 1%.
No, I found
No, there's
more
not.
than 1%. I thought that was
You may have found, but
stupid.
there's not much of that going on.
I haven't seen.
I don't. Most Iowa fans. I mean, I don't think think it's impossible.
No, because it isn't.
But no, it can happen. This is a college football team. Sometimes when you get ready to play Ohio State, it's like you forget. Like we said the other, they are still college kids.
They are.
Now 60% of them will probably end up in the NFL, but and those are issues that will be dealt with on the field.
They play Oregon next week. Maybe if they look ahead for even a second.
Looking past the Hawks is what you're saying.
That's right.
Looking past the Hawks.
in the yard thought that they told me they
better win.
Yeah.
They better win. Hello.
Hello. I don't expect us to win, but I just want us to play a good game.
Yeah, I've got Iowa losing 27-14.
Well, that wouldn't be too bad.
I think most Hawkeye fans kind of feel that way. They want to put on a good show, which we did not do last year in any meeting against a top 10.
Or 2 years ago at Ohio State.
Or 2 years ago.
Figure.
Yeah, you throw in the 92-0 plus 54. What's 92 plus 54? Come on, Karn, you're the former teacher. 92 plus 54.
146.
How much?
146.
146.
So Iowa against they've been outscored 146-10 in their last 4 games against really elite opponents. Going back to the 20. That's not good. That's been the one thing. I mean, and that's all that's really left for Kirk. And I wrote this week. The 9 and 10 win seasons are great, but they're not really that great anymore. He's got to win a Big Ten title and get to the playoff. That's really all that's left for him, right?
I would think so.
He's done everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to end up passing Woody Hayes, which is going to be a great accomplishment. Now, you got to keep it in perspective. More games. I mean, Woody coached in a lot of years where they played 8 and 9 games a season. So it's kind of hard to compare. But still, Kirk's staying power has been very impressive.
Yes, it has.
Well, Todd Brownkamp was talking about that Day's beard was too dark. He needs to gray it up more so that people know that he's not trying to so that he uses
Just for men. Just for men.
Wait, what?
For men.
Ryan Day's beard.
What the hell are we talking about?
Ryan Day's got a very dark black beard.
That's what he was saying.
Okay.
Because we know you're older than that.
I needed the first Karn's on last name basis with the guy. When she said Day, I'm like, who the hell? We thought Doris Day?
I was with you, Karn.
I was not.
I'm glad you're with me.
Remember Doris Day, Captain?
Yes, I do. Yes.
I don't think she's
related. And I was going to ask you guys, do you think Pete Rose should have been on the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
With an asterisk.
I think they should have put him in before he ever became manager.
Yeah, with an asterisk.
With an asterisk. Hey, this guy bet on his team to win.
Well, I mean, wasn't OJ in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Yeah.
He did.
He slaughtered 2 people, but he never gambled on sports.
Yeah, you can kill people. You can be a racist.
I've actually heard baseball purists. I've heard people quoted saying, "Hey, you're going to think I'm sick, but it's almost it's worse to gamble than to kill." I mean, I just think that's a ridiculous way of looking.
Well, I think it is too.
Yeah, Pete should have been in with an asterisk and.
Yeah,
should have been in there.
Talking about, well, maybe we'll put him in.
That's so.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead. How about the hair? How about the hairstyle?
Well, that's what they did to Ron Santo. They put him after he died.
He's from the Three. He looks like the guy from the Three Stooges. Mo. Yeah, they had the same hair.
Yeah, those are not good dues.
No.
Did you like the Stooges, Karn?
Well, I got a little bit tired of them poking each other in the eyeballs, but
it never worked for me. My dad liked it.
Because when we were little, we used to go and do that to each other. I always picked on my brothers.
I've got that print of them where they're on kind of on top of each other. That famous photo of the 3 heads in a vertical. I've got that down in the basement. But I've never. Did you like the Stooges, Suter?
No.
Yeah, they never made me laugh.
I always thought they were kind of dippy.
I liked it.
Yeah, it never worked for me.
No. That's why I poke Hunter in the eyes every morning.
And did you notice that the playoffs, 3 of the wild card playoffs were away teams?
I did not notice that.
I actually watched a few innings of the Mets yesterday, but
the Mets at the end, it looked like the Brewers had that game.
Yeah,
and the Mets at the end, Alonso got a 3-run home run.
I actually happened to be watching.
And at the end, all the Brewer fans were mad, and they threw their yellow hankies or their towels down, and they were all over the warning track.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I was watching when that happened. But no, I'm not that interested. I saw the Orioles lost I didn't even realize the Royals had made the playoffs.
Yeah, they did.
The Royals made it.
Yeah.
The Padres made it. The Tigers made it.
Yeah.
I'm interested in the Tigers because they're going to be playing the Guardians, and my brother's all excited about that.
Yeah, I like seeing Detroit in. So
I'm hoping Detroit loses now.
Does Al Kaline still play for them?
No.
Oh, gads, that was a long time ago.
How about Gates Brown? Mickey Lolich.
Ty Cobb.
This afternoon field hockey, so I'm going to go
All right.
there.
Mark the Bird Fidrich. Remember him?
Yeah.
The Bird.
Talk to you later.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, Karn.
We'll see you.
See ya. Yep. All right. There you go. So,
all right.
Iowa gets their quarterback for 2026, theoretically.
He's a sophomore or junior now?
He's a junior.
Yeah, his name's Cash Herrera.
It's a great name.
Yeah, and Yeah, I mean, I'm to the point now with these things. I'm happy for the kid, but I don't think about it. I mean,
so the good news here is Tim Lester was a quarterback's coach. Maybe he has a little better eye for quarterbacks than
that's the way you got to look at it.
else.
But I know that all these other previous quarterback commitments, when they committed, fans were just as excited. I mean, it is what it is.
Yes, it is.
Hopefully the kid will come here and I mean, I kind of look at quarterback commits now. When I see a kid commit to any school, including Iowa, I look at probably one out of every two of them and say to myself, he'll probably never finish there.
Yeah.
So I don't get too high or low, or what it is.
They probably won't ever play there or finish there.
Yeah, if they don't start, they're not going to stay there.
Yeah,
I mean, that's especially someone from far away.
Yeah.
But maybe he'll come here and be the next great quarterback at Iowa. Who knows? But they've got the quarterback in 25 and Jimmy Sullivan from Fort Wayne, Indiana. All right, I'll put you on the spot. Do Jimmy Sullivan and Cash Herrera both finish their careers at Iowa?
No.
We're talking about a kid who's sitting in geometry class right now.
I would say probably not.
That's the safe bet.
It is.
That's just the safe bet.
If
If one's ahead of the other with a window of opportunity to play for a couple years, the other one's probably going to leave. And that's no knock on Iowa.
That's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is now.
Yeah. That's
Isn't that a Billy Joel song?
That's just the way it is.
Is it or no?
No,
just
that
the way
was,
you
love you just the way you are.
Just the way you are.
Yeah.
All right. Bruce Hornsby.
Bruce Hornsby and
That's
the Range.
the way it is.
That's the way it is. That's right.
Yeah.
I was wrong. I
That's
said Billy
just
Joel.
the
I meant
way
Bruce.
it is.
But I was thinking piano.
Yeah.
I was thinking piano.
Yeah.
They both play piano.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I was close. I was close.
But
Who would you pick in that one?
cigar.
Billy Joel or Bruce Hornsby? Who are you picking to listen to?
In a concert or to play on
drive in the car.
If I'm playing,
You and
making
Ann
a record.
are on your way to Florida for 3 weeks. What do you listen to? Which one of those?
If I'm making a record, I would want Bruce Hornsby as my piano player.
Over Billy Joel?
Yes.
Okay.
If I'm listening to their work over their lifetime, I would probably pick Billy Joel.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
I like Bruce Hornsby.
I see Trump saying, I hate Bruce Springsteen. I laughed when I saw that. I mean, he is I mean, it's to the point now where it's so pathetic, but there's a small part of me that hope part of that is a joke, but I don't think it is anymore. I think it's he's just completely unhinged. I mean, and he does it in all caps, which I think is pretty funny. I just laughed when I saw it. I mean, what do you do? What can you do at this point?
You think he's aware of Cash Herrera?
Ferret or
Trump?
Springsteen or Trump?
Trump.
I don't think either one is.
No.
But Trump likes Iowa football. Remember?
Sure he does.
Well, I mean, the last time he was here, he was very positive about Iowa football.
Seeing that Hawkeye jersey with Trump on the back made me puke.
Was that at a rally back in didn't several I know that was kind of a controversy and
It wasn't kind of controversy. It was a controversy.
Well, to some it was, some didn't have a problem with it at all.
Yeah, the Republicans.
Not at
Well,
all.
that's what I'm saying. They, whether you like them or not, they are somebody. You can't just say it was a problem for everybody. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It was a problem for half the people. Which everything in this country is. Now they're arguing over FEMA and how they're helping the people down in South. It's just with all the lies and the deception.
That's not those are lies.
Those are lies.
And the Republican governors, to their credit, have come out.
Well, the MAGA freaks on
lies.
Twitter are now saying DeSantis was the reason, not Pete Buttigieg. Who cares who got it done? Somebody got it done. But the reasons they're saying to DeSantis because he threatened the National Guard. DeSantis has no control over anything other than Florida. He had nothing to do with the other states, but that's where we are. It's all over my Twitter. The left and the right fighting about who was really most responsible for ending the strike, the port strike. That's what I'm talking about.
Well,
there's a lot of them are saying it was DeSantis, and it wasn't.
First of all, the port strike goes up to.
That's what I'm saying. It was not. He can only control Florida. Yeah. They had 3 of the 11 ports. That just shows you, though, everything is an argument now. Everything. And it's that way in sports. The Caitlin Clark Rookie of the Year. Is it just me, or did they? I thought that was announced like a month ago.
Well, there's 2 different Rookies of the Year. There's a Kia Rookie of the Year, and then there's the WNBA League.
Because we've already talked about her being Rookie of the Year, haven't we?
Yes.
Okay, because I saw that.
There's two different awards. I think that's the problem.
I was confused. I'm like, okay. Now the big controversy is who voted against her? Who voted for Angel Reese? I mean, we don't know.
Who cares?
Everybody's assuming it was Cheryl Swoops, but who cares?
But why does it matter?
That's just the world we live in. You got to get freaking. You got to get pissed, and you got to own your opposition. Own them. Destroy them on social media. Just rip them apart. Rip them to shreds. Rip them to smithereens. That's what it's all about.
Even though it's we don't know who it was.
It's a freaking award for this. It was 66-1. She had 60. Somebody voted for Angel Reese, who did lead the league in rebounding and
whatever. And she's a great rebounder.
And but it's all over. It's all over my timeline. People just going back and forth, and I keep hitting not interested in this post, not interested, and it doesn't help. It just keeps coming back.
Yeah, I just go.
I mean, the algorithm and whatever. There's just no rhyme or reason about anything on Twitter. Nothing makes sense.
That's why I spend little. I know you have to because of your job, but
that's only because I'm not on it near as much as I used to be. I don't pay hardly any. Yeah, I got it. It helps to. I put my material on there.
And I'm sure it helps drive traffic.
Not near as much as Facebook, but it helps some. But interesting, and this is what I like. I did a story the other day. It had 3 times as many views on Hawk Fanatic as it did on Twitter.
Which one? I can't remember. I read one.
Which one was it? Was it the Marv Cook looking back, or was it something? About the lack of vertical passing. It was one about.
I read the Marv Cook one,
and the one about Ferentz has to. All that's really left is beating elite opposition. That was that one. And it didn't really do much on Twitter. And then when I turned on the dashboard, I looked on there and see, that's what I would much rather have more views on Hawk Fanatic than on Twitter. I don't care. I mean, but Twitter does help get it out there just like Facebook does. They both help in a big way that way. But it's just the point now, though, where Twitter is just and when is he going to lift the block to where you can't block people anymore? When's that coming?
I don't know. Honest to God, I don't. I post articles from Facebook to Twitter, and that's all. I don't read I'm not reading the stuff.
Well, soon, though, it sounds like you can't block people anymore. And, God, I probably block 500 people. Or mute. I mute a ton.
Okay, did you see where Ches Malusi from Wisconsin is stepping away?
He's not hurt?
I think he is hurt, but it's...
Does he still...
He says his body hasn't responded.
So it's nothing about only playing 4 games and he has another year left? Because he's been in college, it seems like.
He's been in 6... This is a 6th year.
I think he's done. So if he's stepping away for health reasons, that's, more power to him. I wish him well.
Yeah.
But I'm tired of hearing these guys who play in the 4 games and they're going to redshirt because they're not getting what they want NIL-wise. I don't think that's the case there, but no, I hope not. He's had injuries, nothing but injury after injury since he's been to Wisconsin. Yeah. When he's healthy, he's pretty good.
He is pretty good.
He's pretty good. That's going to be a huge. So they've lost their starting running back and their starting quarterback.
Yeah, and they were not elite to begin with.
No, and they're 2-2 now, I believe. This season could get out of hand for them with what they have left.
Are they 2-2 or 3-1?
I think they're 2-2 because they lost to Alabama and they just lose to. Didn't they just lose? Yeah, so they lost to Alabama and they lost. Who did they lose to just recently? Well, USC.
Yeah.
In fairness, their losses are Alabama and USC, but they still lost both games.
Two pretty good. But and they got beat badly by both teams.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, the USC game, they were leading, I believe, at halftime. I watched it, and in the second half, USC just – I mean, Wisconsin's offense is it's just not very good. It kind of reminds me of Iowa last year.
Well, yeah. And especially now.
It's with the backup quarterback's not very good. And it's really been a while since Wisconsin's had a good quarterback.
Yeah, they've had, and when they've had a good quarterback, except for Russell Wilson, they've been game managers.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. I mean, it didn't matter because a decade ago, Melvin Gordon was running for 200 and 300 yards a game. Remember those teams?
Oh yeah.
And remember the time they went to the Big Ten and was it Nebraska? They beat like 70-14.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I mean, but those days are long gone. They're nothing like that anymore. They've been on and we'll see. I mean, Luke Fickell's been dealt a tough hand this year with the injuries and the schedule, but some of that, you got to figure out a way to persevere.
Well, and they're not. It just doesn't seem like, at least at this point, the offense fits the players that he's got.
No.
Is that fair?
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I mean, we'll see. There's still a lot of season left, but at 2-2 already, they're probably with what they have. I look at that and say they're going to lose at least 2 more games. That's 8-4. There was a time when 8-4 with Wisconsin was as bad as it can get. Don't you have Badger friends?
Yes.
What's their feelings? What do they think's going on?
Well, what Eric said before the season, he said, I think our best years are behind us. I don't think Wisconsin football will ever be what it was again.
Again, ever?
Oh,
that's
what he said.
A little gloomy.
Possible.
Isn't that a little gloomy?
Yeah. A little.
He's basically saying Bear Alvarez ain't walking through that door anytime soon, or ever again. I mean, I don't think I'd go that far. I mean, who knows where we're going to be 70 years from now? But no, the program.
Know where I'm going to be.
Well, I think we all know where we're going to be 70 years from now.
All right, yeah, they're 2-2. The coming up tomorrow is they play. They host Purdue, which will be a win.
They should win that game.
Yeah.
Purdue is just not good.
Then they travel to Rutgers, which will be tough.
That's a tough one. See, that's the kind of game they have to win if they want to do anything halfway impressive this year.
Yep.
But I'm not sure they're going to win that game at Rutgers.
I'm not either. And then at Wisconsin, they'll probably find a way to beat Northwestern.
Yeah, see, they've got 3 games. These next 3 games are winnable for them. But my guess is that the best they'll win 2. I don't see them winning at Rutgers. I think Rutgers are going to be able to run on them.
And then on Penn State at Wisconsin, I don't see them winning that one.
No, I don't. But also, Penn State has a tendency every once in a while to just have
lay an egg
games with James Franklin. They do.
Then Wisconsin travels to Iowa after that.
I don't see them winning.
Tough one.
I mean, we'll see where Iowa is personnel-wise. Injuries could always – I don't see Wisconsin – this Iowa team right now, I don't see Wisconsin beating them here. No way.
Boy, they've got 4 tough games in a row. Penn State, Wisconsin at Iowa, Oregon at Wisconsin, and Wisconsin at Nebraska.
I think they're going to lose at least 3, probably 4 of those games.
And then they have their big game against Minnesota to end the season.
And by that point,
be tough.
By that point, they could be 4-7, and Minnesota could be like 4-7.
Yeah,
both teams could be fighting for 500 record. That's going to be. This is a tough run for the Badgers.
It is, and the Big Ten got a lot tougher with adding these 4 teams. I mean, it just has. Mm-hmm. And granted, UCLA's not very good right now.
Speaking of the Big Ten, they had Men's Media Day yesterday. Iowa picked 11th out of 18. I think it's a little low, but I can certainly see why somebody would put them there.
Yes.
I don't think it's a travesty. John Bonenkamp covered it for us, and he had a story. And Fran doesn't care.
I saw his
story.
And
that's Fran couldn't care less about what the media says about his team. He likes his team, and now we'll see. I like this team, too. I'm intrigued by it. It's a different type of team. It's athletic, and it's got a nice mix of youth, and I think the guys he's added from the portal are nice fits. At least they seem to be. I mean, if Drew Thelwell comes in and averages 11-5, that's great.
That would be fantastic.
If Sador, what's his name? Sador Traore? Is that?
I guess.
If he averages somewhere about between 8 and 12 and 5-6 rebounds a game, that's because with Sanford you're going to get 15 to 20.
Yes, that's right.
And I think with Owen Freeman you're going to get 12 to 18 every game, pretty consistent. So between those two, you're going to get 35 to 40 points a game. And but they need to develop. They don't necessarily need to develop a reliable third option. They need to develop.
Josh Dix needs to be a double figures.
I think he will be the third option. But what I'm saying is, they need to have 5-6 different options, and I think they're going to. I don't think they're going to go into every game saying, okay, we just got to get Peyton, Owen, and Josh the ball. There's going to be times where maybe Thelwell becomes more of an option due to a matchup in a game than Dix or Brock Harding or Traore. I mean, so they've got options, and what I like about them is just they're very athletic. Between Dembele, Chris Taggio, Traore, those are 3 pretty athletic guys that don't usually play at Iowa. So, yeah, I'm intrigued by what Fran has assembled.
Well, we'll see.
But 11th, that's not a surprise at all.
I think Fran will do better than that, but that's me.
But we're also Iowa fans.
Yeah, of course.
And what's funny is it used to be picked 11th. You're like, oh, my God. Now they're 17s behind you. Yeah. So, they're kind of almost picked right in the middle. So it's really not as bad as you might think.
Yeah, in the middle would be ninth.
In the middle, stuck in the middle.
Yeah. Stuck in the middle with you.
Who's that again?
Steelers wheel.
That's right.
Jerry Rafferty, basically.
Oh, was he? That was him before he went solo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I heard you play Bruce. What's his name?
Coburn.
I love that song.
Yeah.
I've always liked that song. Wondering Where the Lines Are?
Yeah.
You like that, Suter?
Actually, I do. I don't know.
Ace hates it. That's
I don't know
that why you
it was
played
a
it?
hit.
why I played it.
I don't know that it was a hit, but
Yeah,
I like
well,
Oh, it was a hit.
Was
For
it
me,
really?
for me to have heard it as much
No.
as I did as a kid, it was a hit.
It hit top 100. It hit 21.
Mace hates it.
Yeah. That's why I
Look
played
at the smile on your face. You and Mace have this little tension, this fight that you both peck at each other with love and veiled respect. Is that what it is?
Well, it's veiled. Hello.
Hey, dudes.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, I appreciate giving me the opportunity to call in and let the listeners and Hawkeye fans know about a charity event this weekend where we're very fortunate through Houses into Homes to have Peyton Sanford and Lucy Olson coming to be our guest judges. We've got a comfort food cook-off where we have generous donations from people around the community. People come around and sample foods. We're raising money for Houses into Homes, the local furniture bank. We also have silent auction items where the winners of the auction will get an autographed basketball from Peyton and Lucy, but they will also get to play horse with them for 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes?
So if there are people who would be interested in shooting hoops with the best of the best of Iowa basketball this weekend on Sunday, bidding will be from 2 to 3, and they'll be shooting hoops from 3 to 4. So if people are interested in supporting Houses into Homes and seeing these two amazing Hawkeye athletes, I didn't realize until we were talking more about this that Lucy was the gal who was third in the nation for scoring last year.
She was.
Yeah.
She was. Lucy can put it in.
So
where is this?
Riverside. Go ahead.
Where is this event?
So this is at the Financial Center for Green State Credit Union. That's up on Landon Road in North Liberty. You see it as you're going on 380.
Yeah, okay.
The main Green State
I got you.
Credit Union building. And, they've got a goal setter basketball hoop in the parking lot. So from 3 to 4 on Sunday, they're going to be shooting hoops. And we're not playing horse. We're playing home, Home. But up to 4 participants can win an opportunity to shoot hoops with them and win an autographed basketball.
Well, I would be beaten very badly by both of them. Very badly.
It's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it is cool. It's a great cause too.
I always tell people, table to table and Houses into Homes are the resources here in the community that divert food and furniture from the landfill. And so I know how much you guys love and admire Table to Table, and I appreciate the opportunity you've given us to support Houses into Homes.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely, Ryan. Thanks for your work.
Yeah, we've also got because we've redone the house. We've got a really nice table that we're going to be given in the next couple of weeks to Houses
Excellent.
and Homes.
Really appreciate that. Any household items that people in the community want to donate. This all started because there were little kids sleeping on the floors and not getting adequate sleep. So they were able to get mattresses, and then now it's turned into pots and pans and lamps and couches and everything. So we appreciate you guys helping us raise awareness, and thanks for your support.
So what's their website?
Houses into Homes. I believe it's housesintohomes.org.
.org.
And
okay.
We're located out in Coralville. And like I said, Sunday, the event will be from 2 to 5 out there at Green State in North Liberty.
Okay.
All right.
That's fantastic.
All right. Thanks again.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, we got that table in the kitchen. We got that big table, but nobody's going to want that. Their first home, they don't want a big dining room table.
Oh, yes, Steve. Yes, sure they would.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Well, both of the tables are new. I mean, basically, within the last couple of years.
Just because it's big, don't think that people aren't going to want it, because they will.
Okay, well, if they got space for it.
I mean, if they could have a big family, they need a table.
That's true. Well, I'll talk to Jan, but one or the other is going to have to.
Yeah.
Going to have to go. But they don't have a mark on them or anything. They're solid wood. So
they are both nice tables too.
Yeah. You want to hear from Fran?
Yeah, I'd love to hear from Fran.
I'd like to hear Fran.
And with that sophomore class we had last year, I want to turn the focus back to your team. These guys obviously both had great years last year. One guy who really stood out to me toward the end of last season was Josh Dix.
Well, I think you're right, Dave. He's one of the best players in our league. Led the league in offensive efficiency, which is hard to do out of the backcourt position. He's also a tremendous defender, fierce competitor, very versatile. So, you couple him with the two on my left, and with that sophomore class we had last year, with Brock, Lodgy, and Price, to have 6 returning players that were really important to a 19-win team. Then you had the freshmen. You talked about Cooper Koch for a minute, Chris Taggio, and then the transfers, with Seydu and Drew. Really excited about this team on a number of different levels. Most importantly, I think our depth.
I want to turn the focus.
There you go.
Okay.
Depth. No, I'm
depth
with
equals
him.
good.
I'm excited. I'm intrigued by this team. So it's he said Seydu Traore. I believe that's Seydu Traore. Sounds like saying goodbye to somebody in French, doesn't it? Doesn't sound like you're saying goodbye to Seydu Traore. Like you're saying goodbye to someone. Is that us or is that money?
It's money big money.
Hunter just
big money.
Hunter just said, "Can I help you?"
Yeah,
I'd like to spend $2,500 a month with you guys.
Hunter just hung up.
Hunter just hung up.
Yeah, they heard you. They heard you give that figure. Screw that.
They got scared.
Yeah.
I thought you said it was $25 a month. What are the Iowa games? 2:30 tomorrow, and it's going to be 102,000 people. But I mean, like Jay Higgins said the other day, they played in so many big. To me, I sometimes think that gets overrated. Ohio State and Penn State usually beat Iowa because they usually have better teams. Yeah. Isn't that fair to say?
Usually.
I mean, the stadium and stuff helps, but I think too much is given to that. I really do. It's not like Iowa's beaten Ohio State many times at Kinnick. I mean, they have, but what?
Comparatively,
twice in the last same amount of since
the last 20 years.
Since 1987, they've beaten them twice at Kinnick, right?
Yes.
So the same amount of times each place. So I think too much is. Would I rather play him here? Yes, especially for me. That it's a lot more convenient playing him here. But I think too much attention's paid to the elements outside of the game. But we'll see.
Well, Michigan State at Oregon tonight.
Oh, that's tonight. See, I'll watch that. What channel?
Fox.
Fox. No, I'll definitely watch that. I mean, to me, if Oregon's for real, they should dispense of Michigan State pretty easy. They should.
You would think so.
They should
especially
win that game
home.
like 35-14. Yes, especially Now, what's interesting about that is Jonathan Smith's the former Oregon State coach, so he knows Oregon. I mean, that'll be an interesting little matchup there to see if that gives Michigan State some type of edge. But Oregon's just a better team.
For sure. Well, why don't we take our break?
Oh, I didn't.
And we will come back with some more good Hawkeye stuff and probably some more nonsense.
1-800-800-ROSE. 1-800-800-ROSE. Your FTD florist is the only number you need to know to send flowers anywhere in the country or Canada from anywhere in the country. 1-800-800-ROSE. It's so easy. Just remember one number. 1-800-800-ROSE. Your FTD florist. 1-800-800-ROSE. Remember,
don't wait for an emergency to get a backup for your car keys. Unlike the olden days, car keys have gotten extremely complex. Mike's eKeys for Cars can generate the most technically advanced automotive keys that are on the market today. For spares and lost keys, Mike's eKeys for Cars can produce most conventional transponder, high security, and remote head keys. Mike's eKeys for Cars will keep you on the road. Call 319-330-9185 and schedule an appointment today. Don't wait until it's too late. Call 319-330-9185 today.
Look for a gift that your loved one will treasure for a lifetime. Find it at our family-owned jewelry store in Iowa City, Harty and Stocker Jewelers.
We can show you diamond engagement rings, colored stones, fashion jewelry, and watches.
Our jewelers are on site, so we can design jewelry for that special person in your life.
We are Harty and Stocker, serving Iowa City and the surrounding area for 3 generations.
Harty and Stocker Jewelers, downtown Iowa City, and HartyandStockerJewelers.com. Ask for Willa, Terry, Tim, or Kate. One of us is always there.
Hanging lights is a pain. Dealing with blown bulbs, dangerous installations, and the endless rat's nest of cords, there's got to be a better way, and now there is. Illuma Lights Permanent Outdoor Lighting from Big Dog Tech. Illuma Lights provides illumination for every occasion. Holiday lighting, accent lights, security, and of course, lighting for the best season, football season. The Illuma Lights app lets you create your own patterns with color, motion, brightness, and static control over every individual light, or use Big Dog's presets to transform your home or business. The professionally installed track system makes Illuma Lights LEDs virtually disappear until you turn them on. Rated at 50,000 hours, you'll enjoy stress-free convenience for years to come. No more ladders, no more hooks, no more wifey's dirty looks. That's the song you'll be singing all year long with Illuma Lights Permanent Outdoor Lighting from Big Dog Tech. Find out more at BigDogTek.net or call 319-395-0800.
Looking for the perfect place to host your next private party? Tavern Blue on the Coralville Strip offers your guests the ideal setting that seats up to 80 people for special events ranging from retirement parties, birthdays, University of Iowa departmental parties, dinner rehearsals, corporate events, graduations, baby showers, reunions, and fundraisers. Forget the bland, lifeless hotel ballrooms. Tavern Blue offers 4 private party packages featuring delicious foods, amazing drinks, fun entertainment, a large venue, and easy booking. For more information on your next party room, drop by Tavern Blue on the Coralville Strip or contact them on their website, tavernblue.com. Eat, drink, and play at Tavern Blue.
Are you tired of living in a home that doesn't quite meet your needs? Then it's time to call the experts at Streets Maintenance. Their team of skilled professionals specializes in renovations and remodeling, transforming your home into the space you've always dreamed of. From kitchen and bath remodels to complete home renovations, no job is too big or too small. Streets Maintenance will work with you every step of the way to ensure your vision becomes a reality. So don't wait any longer. Call Streets Maintenance to schedule your consultation at 400-4483. Let's start building your dream home today.
On an athletic team, you need team players, good athletes, superior equipment, and the best coaches available. In real estate, you need to have a good title and settlement team at your disposal. Hi, this is Steve Anderson. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, you need quality title and settlement services. Consider the team at Hawkeye Title. Give us a call at 351-8600. Hawkeye Title and Settlement, the team you love, the people you trust.
Don't let just anyone take care of your smile. At Diamond Dental, you can expect compassion, expertise, and a personalized care plan to protect your teeth for life. With more than 30 years of combined experience, Dr. Forbes and his staff are prepared to tackle even your toughest dental problems, leaving your smile healthy and sparkling. Diamond Dental offers a full range of general and cosmetic dentistry, as well as dental treatment options for snoring and sleep apnea. It's never too early to start thinking about what's best for your smile. Schedule an appointment today by calling 319-390-3703 or visiting the office at 5815 Consul Street Northeast, Suite D1 in Cedar Rapids. You can also visit DiamondDentalPC.com for more information. Dr. Forbes is a proud sponsor of the Hawkeye Wrestling Club and the Inner Circle. Let the Diamond Dental team provide superior care for your entire family.
This is Leah Pasha, and I've been saying, hit a deer, call Premier for years. But it's time for something new. It's still where you need to go for deer divots and door dings, as well as damaged dashboards. That's what my dad Nathan's driving at and dreams about. Why not say, when your car is dinged, be a deer and call Premier? I think Dad's going to love that. Premier Automotive, North Liberty's premier auto body repair shop.
Be a deer and call Premier Auto Body in North Liberty.
Diamond Dream Sports Academy, 20,000 square foot indoor facility, holds 8 batting cages, space for infield work, space for throwing and pitching and all your arm care needs. Offers private instruction, group lessons, camps and clinics, leagues, memberships. Rentals available at Diamond Dreams is open to the public.
Our top-level instructors include former professional, college, and Olympic athletes. Our coaches will help these athletes achieve their full athletic potential, develop a strong work ethic, and a solid base to build. The last thing you want to do is look back and wish you had worked or played harder.
Locally owned and established in 2005, Diamond Dreams is Eastern Iowa's premier training facility. Located at 2905 Stoner Court, North Liberty. Call today and reserve your time. 319-665-2173. 319-665-2173.
When you go to a family restaurant, you want 3 things. 1, a wide selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner items. 2, you want those selections to be affordable and delicious. And 3, you want to be treated like family. You get all 3 at the Midtown Family Restaurant. Breakfast items available anytime the doors are open. Legendary tenderloins, onion rings, and hot roast beef sandwiches. And special ribeye and shrimp nights. Daily specials at each location. And no matter if you're coming in solo or with a group of 20, you get the same special family treatment. The Midtown Family Restaurants at Court and Scott Streets and at the Walmart Plaza on Highway 1 West. Follow them on Facebook or at midtownfamily.com. The family's waiting for you. GT Carr, owner of Supple's Building and Remodeling, has been offering unmatched service and quality for over 25 years. The trained professionals at Supple's Building and Remodeling will install and guarantee the products used in any job, no matter how big or small. They also stand behind their work and offer no-nonsense, exceptional customer service from design to completion and beyond. Whether it's a simple window replacement or a major house addition, you'll have the confidence that Supple's Building and Remodeling is committed to quality. Visit supples.net or call them today at 319-337-2246.
When someone is kind enough to share their time with us, we better make it worth their while.
They don't want to do people call it the game, right?
Patrick Gades and Terry Adams of Dairy Brothers Ford talk about what Here For You means to them.
You don't have to spend a half a day in our dealership to get that good competitive price. We just want to try to deliver that to you up front.
And that makes me feel good, makes me proud.
Because that's what people want. They want a fair, honest deal.
As far as the statement Here For You, we want to not just say it, but live it.
Find out what it means to you at Deary Ford in Iowa City.
Football fans, this is Bill Leixenring of the Oxyoke Inn. We are on your way to or from the game. We're ready to serve you with the same quality food and customer service you've come to trust for over 80 years. The Oxyoke Inn is serving our famous Sunday brunch buffet with lunch, dinner, banquets, and carry-out daily. From our Oxyoke family to yours, we can't wait to see you again soon in the heart of Amana.
The Oxyoke Inn.
From the Harty and Stalker Studios in the heart of the Hawkeye Nation, this is the mighty 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City.
Harty and Stalker Jewelers, making memories, making moments.
Mostly sunny today. We'll get to 74 for a high this afternoon. The wind out of the east at around 5 to 15. Tonight, clear 54. Tomorrow, we're back to summertime with sunshine. It'll be breezy with a high of 87. Then on Sunday, a cold front will kick through. Mostly clear, 72. By Monday, sunny, 71. But we're going to gradually work our way back into the upper 70s by mid to late next week. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable on the mighty 1630 KCJJ. Currently, it is 60.
KCJJ weather brought to you by Plum Supply.
Plum Supply, kitchens and baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
Okay, earlier I started off. We have to win this game here.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody posts on our page. Why shouldn't we expect a win when we play them?
Well, you can expect it, but if it doesn't happen, don't act like the world is falling apart and that you've been, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, cheated. I mean,
you can hope for a win.
But to expect a win against a team that is urine and you're up better than you is ridiculous. Yeah, I don't get that. It's just,
could we win? Of course
sure.
we could.
Yeah, that's why they're playing the game. There's always the chance.
There are upsets every week.
Would I be stunned if they won tomorrow? No. Would I be surprised? Yes. There's a big difference between surprised and stunned.
Yes.
I would be surprised, but I wouldn't be stunned. Let's say Ohio State has 3 or 4 turnovers.
Well, then could be anybody's
Let's say
game.
the starting quarterback, I don't want this to happen, but let's say Will Howard goes down early and the backup comes in and doesn't play well. There's just so many different and let's say Iowa just has one of those games where everything falls into place. Tip ball, next thing you know, Jacob Gill's catching a tip ball and running in for a touchdown.
And that's what happened when we killed him in 2017.
They got that, to a certain extent, you're right. Now, but I also give Amani Hooker credit for reading that play.
Yes.
But that pick six was, I don't want to say that was a fluke. That was execution. But what I think you're getting at, it was just one of those games where everything Iowa did was right.
That's right.
And something like that does happen every once in a while. So
then you had a targeting, and Bosa was out.
Bosa was out. That's right. I forgot about that. It was just a perfect storm for Iowa, and the other way around for Ohio State.
Yep.
But yeah, to be an Iowa fan and expect to win tomorrow, I don't think they're being genuine.
No.
I think they're being disingenuous.
I agree.
I don't think deep down they expect to win tomorrow.
So there'll be 3 games on that I'll kind of want to monitor. Iowa at Ohio State, I'll be watching. Indiana at Northwestern, I want to see a little bit
I want to see a little bit of that, too, because if Indiana goes in there and just wins pretty easily, then we know Indiana's for real to a certain point, but that Northwestern's just
is not bad.
They're
good.
Bad. They're not going to do what they did last year. It looks like.
And then at 3:00, Rutgers at Nebraska.
That's the one.
That's a good game.
That's a good game. I think Nebraska's going to win.
Well,
if Rutgers,
we'll find out if Rutgers is for real.
If Rutgers go in there tomorrow and they run the ball and they win that game, then they are definitely for real. I just think Nebraska's going to win. If it was at Rutgers, I would pick Rutgers to win. That's a game where I do think home field advantage is a factor because both teams, to me, are so similar in where they are right now as far as their development, if that makes sense.
It does.
Whereas with Ohio State wins so often at home and on the road to where I think with them, location's not that big of a factor. Of course, it's better for them to play at home because they don't have to travel.
I mean, Ryan Day has lost 8 games.
He's 60-8, and a lot of them want him gone because he's lost 3 in a row to Michigan. He's 60-8.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that.
I expect to win.
Well, that's Ohio State. And you might say it's not realistic, but for them it is realistic. If they don't get to the – I mean, there's going to be some – if they don't win the national title this year, they're going to be pissed. It's another year where they didn't win the national title. Could you imagine having that margin for error? That would get a little old after a while. I mean, there's still something to be said for enjoying an 10-2 or 10-3 season.
Yeah.
I mean, call me an apologist or a Pollyanna or whatever, but, I mean, to imagine your goal every year, or of course your goal every year is to win a national title, but to think that if you don't do that and right away you dismiss the season as a failure, that's sad. Sad way to exist.
It is.
So, but no, those are 3 interesting games.
Yep.
And Iowa game at 2:30.
Then tomorrow night, Michigan at Washington could be interesting. I mean, Washington's not what they were.
No, but would I be surprised if Washington beat Michigan? No, because I could see Michigan's offense going out there, and if they can't have some big running plays, and it comes down to them having to throw,
because if Orji has to,
he's not very good.
No, he's not.
He's just not very, and the backup's not any better. He may throw a little bit better, but he's not near as athletic. So no, their offense is very pedestrian, very mediocre. At least right now, they can run the ball. I think they're kind of
they're kind of like us.
They're kind of like Iowa, but I think right now I'd give Iowa a slight edge. I really would. I think Cade McNamara, even with him being a shell of what he used to be, it seems like I'd still take him over Alex Orji.
I would too.
Right now.
Then I think Southern Cal at Minnesota could be a good game.
I do too. I think Minnesota's. I think Minnesota's going to play better. I think they gained a little bit of momentum from how they finished that Michigan game because they could have easily just given up, folded tent, and said, "Now we're done. Let's move on." But they didn't. They almost won that game. Controversial call at the end there, even though he was offsides. But that'll be interesting because to me, I just when I thought I was sold on USC for them, I didn't like the way they played at Michigan. I just was not that impressed. So
no.
We shall see.
No, I'm not sold.
But no, we're in the thick of it now. We're in the thick of the college football season, and like you said, God, the first Iowa exhibition in men's basketball is in 3 weeks. It's getting busy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, I would be too if I was only just a fan and didn't have to work and report on it. But no, I mean, I love doing this. I'm kidding, but October and November is a really hard month. I mean, it really wears on you.
I get to have my average tenderloin and a $13 beer.
Yeah, what
better?
more could you want from life? I'd say below average tenderloin.
Yeah, fair enough.
But when it's there and you're at the game, it's as good as you can get.
I think it's just a breaded burger.
Because Kraken ain't walking through that door anytime soon, are they?
No.
What if they started selling Kraken tenderloins there?
Well, they'd probably have to be $15,
Well, they are 15. Well, they're actually
no, they're not too bad.
The Kraken combo thing is, I think, $16.99, I think. But that's with fries and a drink.
But at the game, they'd have to be $30.
Why couldn't they be the same price?
Because they wouldn't be.
Because they've got to kick in some.
Cook in an 80% markup?
Yeah. Well, they got to kick in.
But no, I've had those tenderloins before. It's hard to have. Like you get those cups of fries. Unless you get them right away, most of them are usually spongy and cold.
Well, no, that's true.
Spongy and cold.
Fries don't hold up well. Most fries.
The only fries I like are fries like Freddy's or.
I love Freddy's.
I like little skinny ones.
I like Culver's too. I like the Culver's
crinkles.
Yeah, I don't care for. I just like the skinny ones.
But no, I love Freddy's French. Oh, they're just like Steak and Shakes.
Yeah.
But a little different seasoning.
Yeah.
Well,
Spongy and cold. That was a Burl Ives song, wasn't it?
That's a morning team on WM.
Spongy and cold.
Spongy and cold.
Sounds like a '70s detective show, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
You were a big Starsky and Hutch fan, weren't you?
No, not really.
How about Streets of San Francisco? I liked that as a kid because I was amazed by how big Carl Malden's nose was.
I watched some of them, but I didn't watch a lot of TV in the 70s and 80s.
What about Carl Malden's nose? It was huge.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't excite me or anything.
Well, I was like 8 years old watching. I remember sitting there with my dad. I'm like, look at how big his nose is. And my dad's like, he's sniffing out crime. That's what my dad said. He said Carl Malden was sniffing out crime.
I didn't watch that much TV.
That was
in the
so
70s.
long ago that Michael Douglas was young in that. And now isn't he like in his 80s now?
Yeah, probably.
And Kirk's still alive, isn't he?
No, he died.
But he made past 100.
Did you see the video of Jimmy Carter?
Yeah,
it's sad.
100?
Yeah, I didn't need to see that. It was kind of depressing. I mean, that's me in 40 years if I'm still alive. Well, that was depressing, though. I mean, they wheeled him out in a wheelchair, and it was just, I don't know. It kind of had mixed emotions for me. I didn't really need to see it.
I bet he said it. I'm living to vote.
And can't he vote early?
Huh?
Can he vote?
Well, I don't know.
Maybe he's already voted.
I don't think he can vote yet. That's what he said, though. I am living.
Some are voting already.
I am living.
So he's going to fill out the ballot and then just shut his eyes and go to sleep.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It wouldn't shock me.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
What a story that would be.
He died at 103, Kirk Douglas.
When did he die?
In 20.
103?
Yeah.
Wow. So Michael's thinking he's got a few years left.
I hope so. Michael's been sick.
Yeah, he has.
I mean, he had throat cancer. And
he's a hell of an actor.
Oh, yeah.
He's really good.
Oh, both of them.
Both of them, yeah. I didn't see as much. I didn't see Kirk was a little bit before my time. I sort of remember him.
Spartacus?
No, I didn't like that. That's stupid. Didn't like that.
I'm Spartacus.
No, you're an idiot. Just sit down, Spartacus. Just sit down.
Wasn't there Saturday Night Live?
I think didn't Phil Hartman play him?
Yeah.
I mean, no matter who Phil Hartman played, it was great.
Shut up,
he was funny.
His Frank Sinatra.
Shut up, Spartacus, and sit down.
His Frank Sinatra was just. Remember when
80, Michael Douglas.
He's 80?
Yeah.
Remember when Hartman told. It was Sting was playing Billy Idol. He told him that he had guys like him show up in his stools or something. Remember that? That was
Phil Hartman was great.
He was great. He was so versatile. He was one of the more versatile ones they had on there.
And a great writer.
And I did think that Dana Carvey's Biden one last week was pretty funny.
Yes, it was.
It was mean.
Yeah.
I mean, they were making fun of him. But Biden doesn't care. He can take it.
No,
but Dana Carvey was good.
No, he was good.
Carvey's, he really is my favorite of all the Saturday Night Live.
Oh, not for me. Mine would be Belushi, Hartman, and Aykroyd.
Yeah. I mean, Hartman's up there. Belushi was okay with me, but
yeah,
Belushi got it all started.
Yeah,
he had some.
did.
I mean, his samurai thing didn't. I mean, that after a while, that was like okay.
I got sick of Cheeseburger too. cheeseburger.
Yeah, but
except I wanted one of the cheeseburgers.
I'd like a cheeseburger.
Yeah,
good.
But his funniest ones were like ones that you don't think of. At least for me, like the guy who never would leave. I love that character. And when they were going to leave, and he was going to stay home and make long distance phone calls, and then remember his Wheaties commercial, stuff like that was great.
Yeah,
he had his moments, but he was not one of my favorites either. Chris Farley, I love.
Chris Farley he'd be in my top 5.
Yeah, Chris
Farley would definitely be in my top. He would be my 4th one. But see, I thought Aykroyd was underrated. I think Aykroyd was hilarious.
No, he was good.
His, the commercial guys he'd play, like the spokespeople, he was good at that stuff.
And as far as SCTV, Flaherty.
Joe really
Flaherty was just great.
See, I'd have to see him. I don't know him by name.
He was Count Floyd. And
yeah, see, I didn't watch that as much.
Yeah, I love that. I watched that on YouTube.
But no, I don't watch Saturday Night Live anymore, but I do see the clips. They end up being up on, you can see them on social media, and a couple of ones made me laugh.
Oh, and the weekend updates are great.
No, I see those. They always show those on social. And the lady that plays Janine Pirro, those were hilarious.
Yeah.
She doesn't do that much anymore, does she? It kind of ran its course.
Cecily Strong's not a cast member anymore.
Oh, she's not anymore. So what is she doing now?
Actress.
Oh, she's an actress. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, her Janine Pirros were hilarious. When she spit the wine all over, what's his name?
Yeah. But Colin Jost and Michael Shea, they are
That's a great.
No, they're good. They're a good combo. Yeah. When Caitlin was on there, I watched that. That was funny, and she handled that really well.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was neat. And you're seeing all these neat congratulatory messages on Twitter. Lisa had a nice message for Caitlin, but yeah, I like when I saw that. I'm like, wait a second, am I just waking up from a 2-week slow? I mean, but now you explain that there's 2 different awards.
Yeah,
that's weird that they're so far apart. I guess wouldn't you rather be honored by if you had to pick one of them, would you rather have WNBA than, what do you say the other's, a Kia, the furniture?
Kia, no, the
car?
Car.
Okay. I guess I'd rather be, if I had to pick one, the league maybe is a little more prestigious.
I would imagine
I mean,
so.
They're both great, and it was a no-brainer in both cases. I mean, Angel Reese had a great year, and if you want to vote for her, fine, but Caitlin deserved it in every way possible.
Yeah.
With what she did on the court. This is an on-the-court award.
Couldn't agree more.
And what she did on the court was pretty spectacular. And what she did is even more incredible when you think, I don't think she ever really shot well this year.
No. She had a few games.
She had a few games but there was very few games where she was just scorching hot like she was at Iowa.
No, you're right.
She just didn't have many of those, and yet she still found a way to be so effective. And sooner or later, she's going to get that shot down and have games where she's unstoppable from 3, and that's just going to open up everything. It'll be interesting to see what their roster looks like at this point next year, too.
Yeah, because there are going to be some changes. I do think they'll figure out how to keep Kelsey Mitchell.
Well, but she made it obvious she wants paid.
Well, she should be.
Her first comment, she said she's looking around. She's like, man, I'd like to stay here. I love it here, but I got to do what's in my best interest. And she's wanting money.
And that could very well be her best interest to stay right where she is.
And this is her last chance for a big. She's been in the league for a while, and I think she's hoping that because the money's going to change here in the next year or two. It's going to change drastically. It's going to be interesting to see what these contracts do, and how much they change and how much they increase in just a short period. Because a lot of what Caitlin's doing, you may not feel the full effect until 2, 3, 4 years down the line with contracts and TV rights and what have you. So, but no, I mean, it's going to be interesting, and I think they've learned how to play together. It'd be nice if they can get her, but if they don't, they'll find. I would think other players would want to play with Caitlin.
Well, you would think so.
Because she's so unselfish. She brings so much attention to their team and to the sport, and why not feed off that? So it'll be interesting to see what Indiana is able to do in this. I just see they hired a new general manager. You saw that? And so, yeah, this will be an interesting
When she used to be their GM back in the day.
And Caitlin's going to make – I'm guessing she'll be at least 1 or 2 Iowa games this year. My guess is she won't be at a ton of them because, anytime she's at a game, the camera's going to be on her as much or more than the game. And I could see her being sort of aware of that. But it'll be nice when she comes back to the arena because what's going to happen for a couple games this year.
Sure.
She'll come back and watch her team. And
I wonder Probably the Juju Watkins game, maybe.
That'd be cool. That would be cool. Or the UCLA game, maybe both.
Maybe both.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how much time she actually does spend, if any, in Iowa City. I mean, obviously, she probably doesn't have a place to live here anymore, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that would.
We got a guest room.
She could rent out my basement. I'd give her my basement. Yeah. You know, with the flat screen TV.
I thought you were going to do an
I just didn't get around to doing it this first year. I'm still thinking about doing it, but this year it just came up too fast, and I just haven't gotten around to doing it. And it's mostly just things that I have to go out and do, like get stuff like bedspreads and pillows and stuff, little things that I just never took the time to do.
It's going to be hard getting bedspreads and blankets because the
Biden?
Yeah, it's all this. No. One of the towns that makes like 90% of the blankets that we
Is it underwater?
consume, it's and the factory is wrecked.
So okay, that I feel so bad for those people, but why would we only have one town in this nation that makes bedspreads?
Well, they make 90% of them.
Why?
I don't know.
Don't you find that odd, Suter?
Uh-huh.
I find that odd.
I don't know.
90% of all the bedspreads in this country come from one town in North Carolina?
That's what they said this morning on
that's just bizarre.
Well, and a lot of the furniture comes from North Carolina.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of furniture does.
So if...
It just seems weird to have it so concentrated. Leaves you vulnerable.
It does.
Well, and we are.
I feel bad for those. This could turn out to be the worst hurricane we've ever had.
No, it's not. The season's not over.
Well, what the thing about this hurricane is, it got stronger right before it hit shore, kind of like what Andrew did back in '92. Whereas a lot of those, like Katrina, was raging as a high 5, but by the time it hit shore, it had down cycled to a 4. Whereas this one got stronger right before it hit the shore, and it just seems like it had more staying power as it moved north.
It was huge.
I mean, it was huge, and man, the roads. They showed this trailer, this big, massive trailer being pushed down the river and down over this fall, and it would look like just like a little pice of debris just being pushed around by the force of the water.
Bonnie lives outside Atlanta, and we talked to her last week, and I mean, they had a ton of rain. And there's not where she lives, but lower.
There's like 7 states that are
like a mess.
I mean, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. I mean,
Florida.
Yeah. And speaking of rain, we had rain. I woke up today at 2:30 and it was raining.
And
there was lightning, thunder. It was great. I forgot what lightning.
Almost a quarter of an inch.
I mean, and I forgot what thunder sounded like.
And it wasn't in the forecast till last night at 8:00.
So how long? So you said you got a quarter of an inch out here?
Yeah.
Okay, because when I woke up about 2:30 because of thunder, I looked out and it was raining hard.
Yeah.
And I could tell this morning that and what's funny is just after the grass looks a little different. It's almost like it woke the grass up, at least in my front yard.
Well, exactly.
It really does. It brings it out of shock.
Well, I can tell by the meters back there on the transmitter.
Oh, okay.
That because the more moisture we have in the ground, the better it is, and they've come back to where they should be.
When was the last time we had rain? Didn't we go almost 3 weeks without any precip?
2 weeks
at least. Yeah, so that was nice, and it was nice. We had no raging wind, no damage, just a nice thunderstorm. Yeah, but there was a ton of lightning too. Because as I try to fall back to sleep, I'd be almost asleep. Then there'd be a big flash of lightning that would wake me up again. But like I said, I mowed my yard yesterday too, so I'm glad I did.
I sat in the living room and just
cried.
Yes, I cried.
Took some food out to the homeless gal in your front yard.
Here you go.
Where do you think she is now?
I don't care. And I felt bad,
How long did it take the cops to get there?
I don't really know because Jen was getting her hair fixed, and I drove her.
Oh, so you left with the lady still in your front yard?
Yeah, but I had to call the police.
So was it your front yard or the adjunct lot?
It was part of the front yard and the adjunct lot.
So who owns the adjunct?
And then the sidewalk leading past my house up the street, there were just hangers, plastic hangers, clothes hangers, all over the sidewalk.
See that? Yeah, that's.
I mean, it was.
That ain't good.
No, it was no. It ain't good.
No.
It just, and then I'm trying to talk to her, and first she was ignoring me, and then she had some problems, but, it's my law.
Oh, I would have done the same thing. But you left, though, before the cops got there.
Yeah, well, I had to. She had a hair appointment.
But when you got back, the lady was gone.
The lady was gone.
I wonder if they arrested her.
The only thing there was goat hangers.
Yeah, that's just odd. Actually, I could use a few coat hangers.
I said to Jan,
I wouldn't touch those.
Hey,
things
do you want? Yeah, that's what Jan
touch
said.
Those things with it.
Jan said, throw those suckers out.
No.
I said, well, they're plastic. You can wash them.
I don't care. Who knows where they've been? Who knows where they've been?
Oh, boys.
I'm just, I'm a germaphobe. All right, now back to the Hawks.
Hey,
what do we have as far? We've already mentioned, isn't there field hockey today?
Friday, let's see. We have got UI baseball hosting Nebraska Omaha
at 3:30.
At 3:30, we got field hockey at Penn State at 5 p.m. Can be seen on BTN Plus. And we got West Branch at Regina tonight.
It's Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray on the call.
Long-standing rivalry.
Yeah.
More than 200 people missing in one county in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's just frightening.
It's horrible.
Everyone highlights the wind with hurricanes, but the problem is the water surge.
Oh my God, yeah.
The wind is what draws. The Power 5 or the Category 5 is all based on wind, but man, it's the water the surge that just ends up causing most of the damage. That stuff's going to take years to repair.
Oh, yeah.
Some of those mountain roads were just washed away.
Yep.
And that's the problem. You can't get anywhere. But then you go on Twitter and you see all these, FEMA, Biden's just dropping the ball. All that money's going to Ukraine, and none of it's going. It's so nauseating.
Hello. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Tommy Lang.
I just wanted to correct you that field hockey's here at 5 o'clock tonight.
Oh, it is?
Against Penn State. Grant Field, yeah.
Well, it just says versus rather than host.
Yeah,
so.
It's on the the Iowa Hawkeye website.
Okay.
And baseball obviously is here at 3:30 against Nebraska.
Yeah, it's like 4 home. The volleyball's at home tonight.
Yeah, who's volleyball play?
I think Washington, number 25, 8 o'clock.
Okay, good luck to volleyball. If they were to go 3-0, then we'd have a major story if they upset a nationally ranked team. Hey, being at home, that'll be at Extreme Arena too, right? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, great.
So, yeah, busy weekend. Lots of stuff going on. Even though the football team's not here, there's still a lot of activity going on.
Hey, Tommy, did we have our logos on the helmets? No. Okay.
And then, of course...
That's not the Heartlanders.
No, he was at the Heartlanders.
But it's not the Heartlanders.
It was the Iowa Wild versus the Rockford team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
it's
AAA versions of the Iowa Wild and Chicago Blackhawks.
Okay.
Or the Minnesota Wild.
I was confused.
So it was not the Heartlanders playing; it was the AHL teams.
Right.
Okay.
Tom Petty and the Heartlanders.
Yeah.
God, Tom Petty's been gone. I saw someone tweeted out it was did he die 7 years ago?
I think so.
Yeah, it was like a couple days ago.
And that's somebody that I regret not seeing.
Me too.
He was great.
I can't believe how many songs he wrote that became popular. He just had a gift.
Yeah.
And
he was he made Dylan appreciate touring, and because Dylan never really got into it and everything, and then Dylan said he went on the road with Tom Petty, and he said he had a great time, and then he watched him on stage, how much fun he was having. And he goes, why haven't I been doing that?
Life's too short, man. Yeah,
he's been touring. We made a big deal. One of the concerts, everybody made a big deal because Dylan comes on stage and he starts smiling. And that was a big deal.
Too bad Roger Waters can't take a little bit of that advice.
He just got him and Pink Floyd just sold their catalog for $400 million.
$400 million.
It's good work if you can get it, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's only 3 of them left because one of them's dead.
Yeah.
Richard Wright.
So
what Waters? What do you think his net worth will go up to? The last time you looked it up, it was $350. It wouldn't show it yet. Would
no,
it?
It won't.
But do you think he could? You think
So he'll get up to $500 million.
He's going to be, think of that miserable cretin's going to be a $500 million.
Screw the money.
Yeah, I don't need the money.
I'm not a capitalist.
I wonder what he does with his money. I don't know if he lives extravagant. I know nothing about him other than his music and just some of his rants. I don't know how many, if he's married, if he has kids. Well, we know he has kids.
Yeah, because he kicked the kid out of the band and then fought with him over using.
So what'd you say, $400 million?
Yeah.
So, okay, let's think of other bands. Like, who owns the rights to Led Zeppelin? Is that still Page and Plant and them? Swan Song?
I don't know.
think it is.
Probably.
So what do you think Led Zeppelin's would go for? Pink Floyd's got a much bigger body of work because they played much. Well, I guess they didn't play that much longer together. Zeppelin was only together for a decade, 69 basically to 79.
I would imagine Zeppelins would be in that ballpark.
Same ballpark?
I would think.
Probably.
So how many bands
I mean, a lot of Pink Floyd stuff isn't accessible. They're not going to use it in commercials.
No, Uma Guma's not going to be like on like a Wheaties commercial.
But you might see Capital One using money.
Yeah, I could see that.
So
who did they sell it to?
Sony.
Okay, all right. It'll be interesting to see how, because Sony wouldn't pay that if they didn't think they could turn that into a profit, right?
No,
yeah,
obviously.
Of course not.
It'll be interesting to see what Sony does with that, because I'm with you. As much as I'm a Pink Floyd fan, a lot of what Pink Floyd did won't work in commercials and stuff.
No.
Construction people could use another brick in the wall.
Look, Mommy, there's an airplane in the sky. I mean, what are they going to do with that?
Sell Cessnas.
$400 million.
Did you like my Pink Floyd impersonation there?
Yeah.
That's from The Wall.
Yeah, I know.
Not one of my favorite Pink Floyd albums. Suter, you were a huge fan of The Wall, weren't you?
Sure.
I picture Suter listening to The Wall.
It's just none of my friends listened to Pink Floyd, and I really didn't listen.
I didn't have a ton of my friends listen to them, but somebody obviously must have listened to them.
It
besides
just didn't
me.
float my boat for
Well,
whatever.
I played them. I mean, it fit KFMH, and we played them a lot. But I mean,
wouldn't you have to admit though they are one of the most once they made their transformation after Sid Barrett became one of the most unique and unique sounding bands ever.
I mean, Dark Side of the Moon.
I mean, Dark Side, Animals, and Wish You Were Here.
Sold for decades.
Those three albums, to me, that's Pink Floyd at its zenith.
Yeah.
Those three albums. Sometimes I think Wish You Were Here is better than Dark Side of the Moon. I know that's sacrilegious to say that.
I'll say that.
But the album itself is incredible.
But I mean, it sold for decades. Mm-hmm. On the charts for decades. I mean, it's just freaking amazing.
And Roger Waters wrote most of those songs.
Yeah, well.
And he's a miserable, cantankerous old man.
I think before he got old, he was miserable.
Do you think what do you think? You think he gives the Hawks a chance tomorrow, Roger Waters?
Who are the Hawks?
He probably hates
F the Hawks.
He probably doesn't even like football.
I don't like football.
You don't like NIL?
I don't like any of it.
What do you think he thinks of the transfer?
I hate Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen sounds good.
Yeah, we got a McFlurry's for supper last night.
I was in the mood for ice cream yesterday, and I didn't.
See, you got it. You could just walk up to Kraken.
Well, I could. I have never had ice cream from there.
I haven't either. I've been told Ray says it's good.
Yeah.
We're eating Kraken tonight.
I want to get a chocolate shake there sometime.
I do too.
That's
what are you going to get? Get that foot-long dog.
I had it before.
There's 4 different sizes. Yeah. Get the biggest one.
I get the quarter pound.
No, get the biggest one tonight. It's Friday. Live it up.
Yeah. Woo! I got a hot
dog. Whatever you don't eat, you can bring home. And do whatever you want with it.
I've been when I get Krakens, I've been doing the chicken strips. They're delicious.
I've never had those.
And I have little Frank's Red Hot sauce at home. It's really good. Really good.
I got an order of Ariza egg, just the egg rolls, 6 of them.
Yeah.
Ate 3 at one time, and 3. God, they're good. I don't know what it is about their egg rolls, but you share this with me, right? There's something about their egg rolls that just taste better than others.
Yeah.
They're just.
Really good.
I like the fact that they're not huge either. Some egg rolls are just too big. I like these. Have you ever had a Rice's egg rolls? You're not an egg roll.
I'm not
fan.
a huge egg roll guy.
Yeah,
I'm suspicious of their contents.
I get the. I usually get the chicken or pork. I'm a chicken or pork.
Yeah,
but no, they're.
But I mean, there's it's either a Riza or we go to Muscatine. Peking has got a unique egg roll.
But what I like about a rice is the shell covering.
Yeah,
it's not real bready. You know what I mean? Real
Yeah.
thick and bready. It's just really good.
Yeah.
This is the portion
Now I'm
of the
hungry.
show where we're hungry.
Now I'm hungry.
We generally devolve into food.
Oh, and I
got to
send out our friend Mia Richter.
Yeah.
She is going to start advertising on Hawk Fanatic. She's got her own webpage consulting company out in Colorado. And we're
good for
hoping
Mia.
we can help her. I may have her call in. I mean, she listens to our show all the time. And we've got her. We're getting her ad together.
What's her website about?
It's hard to explain. It's a consult. It's
what's it called?
Mia Richter something.
You should call it Mia Richter scale.
I was just going to say the Richter scale.
Yeah.
I'll let her know that.
Yeah, the Richter scale.
If she's listening, I will let her know. We're working on. Vortex is designing her ad right now. I think she's said which one she likes the best. We're going to get it up, and I appreciate the support. But hopefully, we can help her get some clients and get some business with what she's doing. And but yeah, we just added her a couple days ago.
Good.
Which is, got to have those advertisers. Can't do it without them.
You sure can't.
Can't do it without them.
And we can't either.
By the way, I went to I forget to tell this to you. We've been bitching about the mail delivery.
Yes.
I went to the post office the other day to mail some stuff, and there was a guy there, and I said, and it looked empty otherwise. I said, "Are you alone?" He goes, "No, there's somebody else back there."
So there's two people?
Yeah.
That seems understaffed.
Yeah. And the guy was hustling. I mean, yeah.
Because I remember going to the post office when it was closer to downtown.
Yeah.
And you'd go in there, it'd be 9, 10, 11 people there. Always.
I mean, they were hustling.
I'm sure they were.
Whether that was normal or...
What's just the bizarre thing about the mail now, at my house, sometimes it'll come at 10 in the morning, other times it'll come at like 6:30 at night. There's just no...
We've got it on a Sunday before.
I've seen them out doing mail, but yeah, there's just no consistency with it.
But I mean, we'll go for 7 days without... How long did we go here without getting mail?
Like 3 or 4 days.
I think that's partly...
And then there's a blob.
Don't you think that's partly due to where you guys are located?
Well, we got a box.
I know, but you got to have a human being drive something out here to put it in the box.
No, we've got a box
at the Peel.
You're talking about your post office box.
Yeah.
Went that long without. No, that is weird. I thought your mail was...
Well, when you were gone, we went that whole week. Remember?
Whose mail is delivered right out there?
The
none of that's ever your mail?
No.
Okay, all right. I was mistaken. I didn't.
So
that's their mail right
there.
there.
So put it back.
Put what back?
Their mail.
But no, I've seen the mail guys stop out there before. So I just assumed that was for you guys.
Nope.
But yeah, no, there's no consistency with the mail at all.
No, it ain't their fault.
No, they're understaffed.
They're understaffed, and Joy got rid of all the sorting machines, the brand new sorting machines that we paid for.
Mm-hmm.
And now, Grassley's railing when Grassley was one of the ones that appointed the Joy.
Yeah, but these companies trying to charge late fees if they get your thing in the mail a couple of days, that's ridiculous. Lots of times you won't get a bill until like the 17th or the 18th of the month, and it's due that coming first in like 10 days. It's not. What do? You check out right away and get it in the mail that hour? I mean, sometimes you can't do that. But in the old days, to get something to Minnesota would take, 2-3 days at the most?
Mm-hmm.
Now, sometimes it'll take 2-3 weeks.
Well, we got mail from Iowa City to Iowa City, and what did it take you?
It was a week, 7 days.
Yeah,
I mailed something to Rob Howe, who lives a mile east of me, and it took 7 days one time.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
But, what are we going to do?
You could have driven your car over.
I could have walked. I could have crawled over there and handed it to him.
No, it's not the worker's fault.
Oh, I know that. It's the setup.
Yeah.
It's the resources. I get all that.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to the Hawks before we wrap up.
All right.
So you think So you don't. So you pick 31-6.
Yes.
Are you sticking with that?
I'm sticking with that.
Okay.
And I hope I'm a wrong primate.
If it's 31-6, we're going to have a gloomy Monday show with Don. I mean, like what Don said, they got to win the turnover battle.
Got to be able to run.
Got to be able to run. Got to win the turnover battle. If they can win the turnover battle and run the ball, I give them a chance.
We have a chance.
I think they have a chance. Because if they can run the ball and stay ahead of the change and control tempo, they're keeping Ohio State's offense off the field.
That's
what they got to do.
That's right.
But I do think, Tom, that they're going to have to throw some downfield. I think Ohio State's going to design it to where, you're not doing that, you're not doing that. But if you want to send your wide out one-on-one on our cornerback downfield, see if man versus man, bring it on. I think there's going to be that. And there comes a point this year where Cade's going to have to rise up and play well, and
he has to play better
tomorrow
and more consistently.
I don't think they can win if Cade is just a complete non-factor.
I agree.
I think he's going to have to do something.
No, they have to respect the pass, or we're in trouble.
I think if there's a 3rd and 6, and the play breaks down, Cade needs to run for 7. Because Will Howard's probably going to do that.
Yeah.
And the thing with Will Howard, he's 6'4", 200, almost 240 pounds. He's a big guy.
He's a big dude.
I could see one of my big concerns is they did a great job on those they defended that pass great, and they held him to 3 yards, and then Will Howard on a broken play on 3rd down runs for 8, keeps the drive alive. Next play, they score on a big play. That's that's the concern.
It's a nightmare, and that's what they do.
Because Ohio State, they take chances all the time. They just pick at you, they prod. Sooner or later, they get you isolated. Boom, they make some individual play, and next thing you know, they have a touchdown.
And if they keep making those big plays, we're just going to get bombed.
And this freshman Jeremiah Smith, he is really, really good. I mean, it's incredible when you think, God, this kid was in high school last year. He's got 6 touchdowns already, 5 receiving, 1 rushing. He's averaging almost 20 yards a catch, and he's a freshman, but he was supposed to do this. He and Ryan Williams were the 2 by far best receivers in the 20.
And they're showing
it.
Just like that.
They're living up to the hype, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how Iowa plays him, because you can't double him as much, because if you double him, you got a Beakway on the other side on an island. And so it'll be interesting to see what they do. And like Jay Higgins said, tackling's always big in every game. Of course, I get it. Like what I wrote today, football in its most basic form is you tackle the guy with the ball.
Yeah, and you block.
That's it. And you but see, a lot of what Ohio State does, what I'm talking about is in a situation where some skill player for Ohio State gets the ball in space, the blocking by then is pretty much over. There is some downfield. What I'm saying is it's those one-on-one, one-on-two. I mean, I see situations where an Ohio State guy will get into a one-on-2 or a one-on-3 situation in space and make all 3 guys miss.
Yeah.
That's where they win games. Blocking, of course, is important, but with Ohio State, it almost seems less important because of how good their skill players are. To me, the biggest key in this game tomorrow is Iowa's ability to tackle in space. That's what I think it's going to come down to, and turnovers.
And we're generally pretty good
at that, but that's usually – but the opponent's usually not Ohio State. They weren't good at that.
True.
They weren't good at that in 2022. Of course, the turnovers hurt too, but no, they'll win the turnover battle, stay ahead of the chains running, and tackle in space. Those 3 things. They do all 3 of those well, they have a really good chance. But that's a big if.
Yeah, well, a lot of things are going to have to go right for Iowa to have a
Whereas
chance.
I don't think a lot of things are going to go right for Ohio State. I mean, I could see Ohio State losing the turnover battle and still winning.
Yeah, I do too.
Now, what will be interesting, though, let's say Ohio State can't run the ball tomorrow.
You just described what Ohio State does. 3rd and 7, and then the quarterback runs for 8, and then the next play is a touchdown.
They had the play that only gained 2 yards 2 plays earlier goes for 60.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do.
And in lots of those, okay, there's a decent hole, but then you look, Travion, look what he did to the linebacker, and then he out-juked the safety, and then he outran the cornerback. That's what they do.
Yeah,
that's what $20 million will get you in the NIL world of NIL. That's what I've read the starting lineup for this team. It was roughly $20 million.
That averages out at about $1 million a player.
Think about that. Yeah. I mean, it's like they're already in the NFL in some ways.
Well, yeah.
So now I'm looking forward to it. And I did see the Washington games at 11.
Yes, I believe that's correct.
I was surprised. I didn't think it would be at 11, but I mean, 11 o'clock games, I don't like them until I get there. You don't like them because it's just too early, right? It just gets not much time to tailgate.
I like them in a way. I mean,
because you can get home, you're home by 5, 6 o'clock that night, and you got the whole night in front of you.
Oh, you're home earlier than that, but
well, I guess I'm thinking of people that actually have to work at the game. Like for me, 2:30 gets over. Well, the game won't. 11 o'clock game gets over about 2:30. Yeah, see, at the earliest we get home is 5:30, 6 o'clock, but that's still pretty early. I mean, you're home by 3 o'clock, aren't you? 3:30.
Yeah, 3:30.
Yeah, no, I was surprised. I figured it was going to be 2:30. But hell, I'm almost to the point now where every game it's probably going to be a night game. You know, that's just there's so many night games now.
Yeah.
But no, I was glad when I saw that at 11 o'clock. Because think about it. If you want that competitive edge, Tom, that's 9 o'clock in the morning for those Washington guys.
Well, I'm all for it.
Maybe I'm reading too much into that, but that's
I think
got to be strange on the body.
No.
9 o'clock in the morning, you're out playing football, Pacific time. Think about that. That's an adjustment.
Well, it's also an adjustment just, crossing the freaking country.
Oh, yes, of course.
I mean, no, it's...
Yeah. I mean, Washington...
It puts them in... And that's a big argument in California.
They're spending so much money on
disadvantage.
Time. Yeah, think about the trip they made out to Rutgers. From Seattle to freaking Newark, New Jersey. Think about that.
Yeah, that's...
and was that a Friday night game? Because I watched it. I
think it was.
I think it was. But, I mean, yeah, they're doing... But, yeah, that's the thing. When I first saw that they were going to add these 4 Big Ten teams, the first thing that came to... I mean, my God, think about how much money and time they're going to now spend traveling.
Yeah, it was a Friday night for sure.
It just changes everything for them, the amount of time they're spending traveling. Because for them, other than each of the 4, the closest school to them is Nebraska.
Yeah.
Think about that.
No, that's one of the big freaking... They're still bitching about
No,
it.
I could see why they don't like it.
Yeah.
To me, I think it's great that the Big Ten became stronger selfishly, but I don't know why the Pac-12 had to be dissolved. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, I know TV money, I get it. But to me, the world's better if the Pac-12 was still here. Don't you agree?
I do.
I just think it would be better to still have the Pac-12. And now nothing against it, but they're trying to patch together. What have I seen? Like Texas State, and it's just not going to be the same. Nothing against those schools, but they're not Power 5 schools.
I mean, back in the day, I liked it when the Big Ten was central.
Yeah, I do too.
Centrally located.
It was geographic.
I like that the Southwest Conference was in the Southwest.
Hell, I like the Big 8.
Yes.
But we're old-fashioned. We're dinosaurs.
And
but to me, conferences should always be based on geography.
And
I've always felt that way.
Pac-8, I think that was better because then when you played out of conference, it was region versus region.
Yeah.
And that made
now there's no rhyme or reason to anything. No, there really isn't.
And there's no, UCLA and Rutgers, they're never going to be rivals. It's not going to happen.
No. Remember when they tried to make Iowa and Purdue rivals?
Yeah.
What they call
that was stupid.
Protect.
That was just
ridiculous.
Legends and leaders
and leaders. And then legends are leaders are in the now. Legends are in the past.
Yes.
And didn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, I did not. And it was short-lived. It was definitely short-lived. Well, here before I'm going to look to make sure there's no any breaking news.
Well, women's basketball star Emily Skinner is supposed to announce today at 11 o'clock.
Do you feel confident?
No. Just because she went to Duke last weekend, and then she almost immediately announced that she was
Where's she from?
Emily Skinner, I don't know. Can't remember.
People are yelling out, though, Skinner!
Yeah, they've been in on a few 5-stars now.
Yeah.
They just lost one recently to, where did she go? Was it Missouri?
Are you talking about Jordan Spicer?
Yeah, where'd she end up going?
K-State.
K-State. Okay, that's right, K-State. I knew it was someone in the Midwest. But these are a lot of players that 5 years ago they probably wouldn't have been in on.
No, that's true.
Megan and Caitlin have really helped to bridge that gap.
So, yeah, it's unfortunate.
She's announcing it at 11 o'clock today?
At 11 o'clock today.
I'll make sure I'm aware of that. So good luck to Iowa doing that. And so I assume since it's 2:30, we have I'm going to be here, too, since I'm covering the game from home. So we'll have a show tomorrow.
Yeah.
And anything else?
Best show.
Oh, tomorrow will be the.
Oh, it'll be
I think
lights
tomorrow.
out.
I mean, the amount of prep that Tom and I are doing for tomorrow's show.
And Pat will have 2-3 pages of analytics from the Michigan State-Oregon game for us.
Yep, I'll have that and some opinions on music, too, that I plan to share tomorrow. And you're not going to like any of them.
I never do.
No.
All right. Police reports with Tommy Lang, Captain Steve are next. HawkFanatic.com. Check it out. It's free.
KCJJ Weather, brought to you